Episode 6, Guild or Bust. Let's follow Mandia along on her adventure from creation to joining a guild. Promised that in the last episode. Wanted to try a little different format for you guys. I hope it works out. If you have any questions, comments, complaints, let me know in the comments below. Be more than happy to make some adjustments if it makes it a little easier to follow along. That being said, let's get started. We've got Mandia here in the Valley of Trials. She's already level 5. This is created, the screenshot was created Monday, August 20th, 2007. I imagine that's the same day I created the character. Usually doesn't take very long to level 5. I want to say maybe an hour. Oh man, it's been a while. Private servers, I know it doesn't take all that long, but back then, having leveled the Hunter through this zone already, a couple other alts, it went pretty fast. I knew what I was doing, even though being a priest and trying to level Holy, not that at this level it really matters, but, you know, you can see here we're already almost level 6, which was always my goal, to get out of the starting zone at level 6, so you had those extra abilities, so when you move into the next zone, you could hit those level 7 and 8s you started to encounter. Much easier. No oranges. Tried to always keep everything yellow if possible. Oh, fun little side note here. Looks like we're already getting asked for help from a level 10 Tauren Druid in the Gears of War clan. Now, I'm not a console gamer, but I think that's about the time Gears of War started, maybe a little sooner. Thought that started with Xbox 360. Anyways, totally random. I ignored the guy at the time. I think I reported him for spam. So, moving on. Next screenshot here, we've got Mandia grouped up for some of the quests, I believe in Ashenvale. Looks like we're on the border between the Barrens and Ashenvale here. You can see the nice texture difference. It really just blends right. Okay, it just ends and the other one starts. But you know, I mean, hey, it's vanilla WoW. You're going to get some rough edges. One of the other fun things about this screenshot, we've got our swirly ball, 3 charges of our Shadow Guard. Love that spell. Always tried to keep that up. One of the reasons that I loved playing a Troll Priest was having that visually. A Shaman got their swirly balls. I wanted my swirly ball on my Troll Priest. Loved it. And we're doing some quests. And if I remember right, looks like I've got one of the quests done in the Northern Barrens, still ready to turn in. I remember doing a lot of those quests 3-4 levels after the recommended, because you couldn't do as much damage quite as fast as a Holy Priest. That's what I'm trying to level Mandia as. So you needed to definitely make sure you hit and that your spells were a little more powerful. Probably not the case for everyone, but I was trying to make my leveling process as easy as possible so that it went as fast as possible. Next screenshot here shows us Southern Barrens. I think this is next to the dwarf dig site down there right across the way. This quest I hated. There were so many invisible mobs in here that just you run through, and if you aren't listening carefully to their aggro sounds, you'd have 3 or 4 of them beating on you. Before you could run away, you'd get wiped out. Thankfully, at this point, we did have fear. So we've got a hotkey there. You can probably guess why. Gotta love it. Southern Barrens is under attack. It probably just killed my quest giver. The guy that traveled between the cutoff to Theramore, Dustwallow Marsh. No, not Dustwallow, jeez. Oh, was that? Yeah, Dustwallow. Alright, oh man. Need a map. But yeah, so got some green items here. Pretty cool find. Obviously, not great for me being of the eagle, but I'm sure if I could wear it and I needed it, that would have been a great find. Looks like he was a rare mob though. This guy was not part of that quest. Alright, next level. Oh, and we're 26 by the way, so we are quite a few levels higher than the regular mobs around here. He's a rare, so they were usually a few levels above. Looks like I was able to successfully take him down. Oh, ooh, next, this one. I remember this. Black Fathom Depths. This run made me love my character. Not just because I got the Rod of the Sleepwalker here, great priest staff early on, but this group, I just had so much fun. Like, this is one of the groups that made me love healing. People were so fun. The tank here. Kansas was a big guild on the server, if I remember, and this guy was an alt, so we ran with a couple people that knew what they were doing. That really helped. Yeah, I was just so happy about that staff. I think that's the big reason I took this screenshot back then. We're near the last boss, and oh, yep, okay, so we got a few more. Is this the same group? Nope, this is a different group in Black Fathom Depths. Yeah, different group, but we're getting close to the end here. Oh, talking strategy in chat. I love it. Not as much going on this one. I don't know why I took this one, but you know what? I'm glad I have it. It's a great memory of the time. Same room as 2 images ago. This one, though, I believe we lit every candle at once, which you're not supposed to do here. There's little candles. You light one, mob spawn, you take them out. Light the next, mob spawn, take them out, until you get to the 4th one. Done with that. Wipe that. It's either wipe it out or the guy spawns. I don't remember, but this big guy spawns. He's the boss. So, yeah, we lit them all. This was fun. We died quite a few times taking these guys out. Looks like another quick screenshot here. If you res, no. I'll do the clicking next time. Yeah, you can see here the guy didn't realize. I think we all went up there and clicked. So he's making sure that somebody who knows what they're doing does it this time. Alright, we've got this group, this last group here. The best part about this screenshot, I'm so glad I took it. This is one of the fun things about vanilla. I know these screenshots are from the Burning Crusade patches, but WoW was still in its infancy enough that people didn't know. You know, they look at you and assume, right? They look at your character and assume, oh, orc, probably a warrior, or maybe a hunter. But in my case, I looked at my troll, saw the swirly ball, knew I was healing, and the warlock here asked for a mana totem. And I laugh at him, and I'm like, man, I wish I had totems. And then the tank's like, she's a priest. Like, oh man, just those kind of things. It just made a lot of fun. We're gonna run into some of that, but not nearly as much, I think, in Classic. So let's follow Mandia. Oh, by the way, we're level 29 now. Very important. I always kept track of how many hours it took me to get another level at these stages. This clock add-on, actually, I think it was from Cosmos, which was an add-on from Thoughtbot, I believe. It's one of the only add-ons I ran back then. But it would tell you like how much XP an hour you got. It's a pretty basic add-on. Moving on, we are Demon Fire Ridge. Oh man, this is also Ashenvale. This is the place. The second screenshot, I was mistaken. This is the area south of the Horde Lumber Camp, and there's a couple quests down here to take out. Yeah, demons and one. Okay. Yep, I remember this now. We got level 30. Start at the top of the screenshot here. Level 30. And we got another great question in chat. If I'm not flagged, can I go into an alliance town? Poor Tauren, level 22 hunter in Ashenvale. This guy wants to know. And now sometimes people would troll and say, "Oh yeah, if you're not flagged, you can go in, no problem. Nobody will attack you. They're friendly." but they'll find out. Sure enough, somebody answers, "Sure, go on in." This guy's like, "Cool." If I remember right, he started yelling at him in chat after that. So he found out he couldn't do it. And, oh, everybody's learning curve was different back then. Some of us took longer than others. This next screenshot, you can see, finds us outside of Razorfen Crawl. Got a full group here. Looks like lots of DPS. I'm standing up. Another fun thing in WoW, this hasn't changed, I think, in any of the expansions. Trying to get where you're not supposed to. So climbing up on these little brambles here outside the meeting stone. And always a lot of fun. And then I kept getting guild invites. That was another thing. People would see you just ungilded, you must be needing a guild. I'm going to invite you. But that definitely was not something I was interested in at the time. I wasn't going to do just random guild invites. I was looking for a guild to join for raiding, remember. So very interested in doing my homework on the guild before I joined. Now we're out in the, I believe, Shimmering Flats, Weasel's Crater. Just discovered it. One thing I love about this screenshot is this was my friend's gamer tag. It still is. I just actually got done playing World of Tanks with him a little bit ago. Pansy went to bed! No, but seriously. He was one of my good friends, and just having his name in here was pretty cool. I was kind of wondered if it was named after somebody. Obviously, it's not named after my friend, but it's kind of cool. Always made you wonder why they call it weasels. And there's a whole bunch of basilisks around there, and it's at the end of the racetrack. So, next screenshot, we're leveling up. This looks like we are in the Kodo Graveyard. Oh man, what zone is that? Jeez. Desolus. Jeez. Come on, man. Woo. Did you even play vanilla? Dadgummit. Kids can't remember nothing. Yeah, we finally hit level 33. So we go from, you know, Shimmering Flats all the way back to Desolus. I must have flown when I got to Tenaris, I bet you anything. But yeah, cool screenshots when you ding. I tried to do that when I remembered. It's always fun. It's a cool thing. Love to explore and get that ding. That was a lot of fun too. Instead of, didn't feel quite as much of a grind as you got to run into a new zone and boom, new level, woo, new talent point. Yeah, you remember those? Woo, and it showed your stat increase. Not that it really mattered much, but I mean, strength, priest, got to finish them off with that staff, right? Get too close. Here we are, we're level 34 now, still in Desolus. Running out to kill some Naga. There are quite a few quests out here. Not very many people did this that I remember. I don't think I ran into maybe one other person. This area sticks in my mind because it was a pain to get out there and back. I was so glad I could levitate. Those small feathers, man, lifesavers. Still got our swirly ball up, of course, because that's what you do. Had picked up alchemy. Probably seen some of that. Yeah, I think I dropped enchanting by then and found alchemy to be a little more useful in my... Wait, no, I still have enchanting. I lied. Ignore me. I'm just the commentator on my own channel. But yeah, these Naga were a lot of fun out here on the islands, taken out. Moving on to another fun screenshot of that zone. Didn't see a lot of those. We found the Book of Ancients apparently. I think there was quite a fight there. A couple mobs that I had to fear. Really, those kind of fights though, they really taught you to learn your class and use those abilities you didn't think you ever need. You weren't quite sure, you know, what something did. Keeping inner fire up, taking a little less damage. Your renew is able to keep up a little easier. Those kind of things. Yeah. learn about your class as you level. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to again, helping people learn their classes as they level. Out here in Stranglethorn Vale, looking at a cool blimp crash here in the trees. Probably not cool for the crew, but fun for us to go look at. Still enchanting tailoring. And we just finished Tiger Mastery and Panther Mastery. Oh, good old Stranglethorn Vale and Hemmingsway quests. Yeah, good times. Oh, just real quick note. Thankfully, I was not on a PvP server for this. Otherwise, this would have taken much longer to level. Just sidebar. Level 39, we are at... Oh, cool. I got a nice screenshot here. Some of what I was talking about this add-on a little earlier. We're almost level 40. Like, we're really close here. Almost to Ding. We're doing a quest out in Dustwallow Marsh. And I believe we're escorting this guy. And it's kind of a pain because there are quite a few spawns. And if I remember, the quest was a little buggy. But going back to what we started with this slide, was we're at 3 days, 9 hours, 17 minutes, and 51 seconds. Total game time played. In total time played at this level, it's taken me almost 4 hours to get one level. That seems like a lot of time, but I'm sure there was some travel time in there. I'm sure I wasn't grinding the whole time. I tended to quest more back then. Nowadays, I'd probably put an audiobook and just grind out a zone if I was close enough to level. But as a holy priest, I wasn't doing that. I was leveling. And this was another one that I wasn't paying attention to at the time, but would have come in handier if I had been. The mana per tick. That's the out of combat 3-second tick. I think it's 3 seconds. Was it 5? I thought it was 3. But anyways, it was important to, like, if you were casting and you didn't need to cast as a priest, that you waited, and once that 3 seconds and you started regenerating mana, you could start to cast, and even while you were casting that spell, you'd still be regenerating mana, so you could catch up a bit if you could time your heals. That's more worried about groups and raiding, but sometimes it helped with leveling because you could, you wouldn't have to lose mana quite as much. And yeah, let's see, anything else in this? Nah. Oh, hey, there it is. Boom. Level 40. Got our mount. I did not like the raptor mounts, but hey, I was not going to complain. It's a mount. I don't have to walk everywhere anymore. That was a big deal. Obviously, you got to get a screenshot. Got to have the swirly ball in there. Very proud moment for any of my characters when I finally got the mount for each of those characters. That was always a big deal. It was always fun. Whenever you start a new character, you'd see people ride by. They'd ride around you, twirl around with their mounts. Look at me, I got a mount. You're gonna walk. Good luck on the next, 34 levels or whatever. Unless you're a hunter or a shaman. But yeah, so good times. Now we're at level 42, Hillsbrad Foothills. I think we went up doing some quests up there. There's some higher level mobs, some ogres up in the Ultric Mountains. Must have been doing something up there. I don't quite recall off the top of my head. But we're jumping and levitating down to the Hillsbrad Foothills in Terran Mill. One of my favorite things, especially with the mount now, you can just run off, jump, levitate, float. Obviously, before flying, I don't think I'd... Yeah, you couldn't fly back then, I know that, but yeah, I had my flying mounts on my other characters, so... but no, it's pretty cool to do this in the old zones, because obviously you couldn't fly there at this time. And more exploration. Could have been the other reason I was up there. Groups! Another group. Where we find ourselves in Farak. I've heard it pronounced many different ways. But we're looking for Troll Temper and several other things. We've got some skimpy gear on, probably got some silk armor. for this dark silk or silk vests. These kind of things were pretty skimpy on the female models back then. Got another mod now. Must have installed something that's got everybody's health and mana levels. And the target level, if they're above or below me, their health and their mana. Oh, cool. Don't remember that. I don't think I ever used this. I thought it was important when I'd have it up, but it was only in combat that that would show up. Yep, Warlock, of course. He's got Renew. This guy, he got me to a lot of groups. It was one of those where you knew him. He did a lot of stuff. Whenever he'd log in, he'd be like, hey, you want to run something? And I'd say yes or no, depending on my time. And he'd find us something. He'd find tanks. He did all the hard work. I just said yes and started healing people. But I really love this dungeon. I think it was Def Camp from Def Camp Melderon TV, great YouTube channel. You guys should check them out. They did a run. I think it was Def Camp that did a run, and that was a lot of fun to watch. Again, can't wait to go experience that myself when Classic launches again. Alright, this is where things get exciting. We're level 45. We're in the Feral Scar, and oh my goodness. Wow. Drawing a blank. I know where it is on the WoW map. Right below Desolace, right next to 1,000 Needles. Cannot think of it right now. Sorry, guys. But we're level 45, and why this is important is because this is about the time I started looking for a guild. And as you can see here, I think I found one. I had joined a guild for a short amount of time. I think it was literally like I joined them 2 or 3 levels later, a couple days, and I found the guild that I wanted to join on the Realm forums. Alright, so you can see here we're in the Withering Deep now. This is a little bit further in that zone. And down here in the chat, you can see why I took the screenshot. I validated your account, and if you'd like to put in an app, you can. Dark Lady was the guild leader of Care Bear Club. That's right, I joined a bunch of freaking Care Bears in Burning Crusade. Great guild, though. From what I saw on the forums, I really wanted to join them, and once I joined them, I didn't regret it. Boom! Mandia, Care Bear Club tabard. Oh, good stuff. Who doesn't want to wear a pink teddy bear on the front of their chest, yelling out their guild pride? Care Bears! And last screenshot here, guys. We are taking out an ogre in Tenaris. He's low on health, so we're wanding, and we've got a dot on him. You gotta do that to save your mana, get those ticks going so your mana is regenning. And you can see guildmates finding female dwarfs, laughing, and Shadrath at level 19. Somebody got boarded there. Good stuff. I really love Tenaris. It's one of my favorite zones I am looking forward to going back to and experiencing. It's such a wide range of levels. You can go there at 40, and then you'd run out of quests by like 42 or 43 if I recall. And then you could come back later, and there were some like middle quests for like 45 to 47. I think there might have been even some like 50 quests that would lead you into the Ungoro crater. But you know, it's just another thing about vanilla that I love and kind of look forward to is it would take you all over the world. You wouldn't just sit in a zone until you were done. You just run it to death. You would be like, alright, so out of quests in this area. I know this is another zone that's got quests for my level. I'm going to go there, level up for a couple levels, move back. Oh, that's right, I've got these other quests I picked up while I was in Tenaris. We're going to go back there, finish that off, gain another level or 2. So, I hope you guys found this format enjoyable. If you didn't, like I said earlier, please let me know in the comments. I enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. I love looking at these screenshots and interpreting them. for you guys. Not what's on the screen, you can see that, but what I was doing and what I can remember about them. It's kind of what this whole vlog has been about. So please let me know, guys. I look forward to continuing this, and I hope you guys have a great evening, night, day. It's Gaming Past 30 out.